Natasha is a fascinating character, and I think fans wanted to know more about her. They wanted to know who she was kind of before she was an Avenger, but also she's so secretive often and doesn't trust people. And I think they want to know where that comes from. Excited to join the MCU. I'm incredibly excited about joining the MCU and working with these characters, and also just with the Marvel universe, and the people that make the movies. It's been a great journey. We learn in Black Widow that Natasha was part of a spy family, and that she was in Russia and then she was brought to America to play a role. And so that the character has always had to pretend. And in Black Widow, we sort of strip that away and we say, okay, who is she when she's not pretending and she's vulnerable and raw? And yeah, we get to see that within a family dynamic. Natasha and Yelena come back together in the movie, and they haven't seen each other since they were children. And I suppose there's a lot of emotion and pain, and they're scared to love each other because in the past they've been ripped apart. And so both of them are frightened and they don't trust. And so the journey of the film is really that relationship and those young women joining forces and becoming this really powerful team. Alexei and Melina are damaged. They're both corrupt people. They've both done terrible things. And they're also both really vulnerable people that want to be loved. So we find them as people that have been part of a system that they're not proud of, and that they have to answer to their daughters about why they were involved in this really corrupt system. And I think a lot of people would identify with that when you ask your parents, but why did you hate gay people? Or why were you part of apartheid? Or why were you part of a segregated America or Australia? So I think they're really questions that a lot of families ask. I think from the really beginning, the inception of the film, we wanted it to be about intimacy and relationship, and that had to be as powerful as the action sequences. So right from the beginning, the film has been about what is intimate and also what is epic. And then we sort of were sewing those two together, but always with Natasha at the center of it. People that have seen Endgame know how her character sacrificed herself. And what I wanted to do was to say that she's kind of eternal. So I used fireflies at the very beginning of the film, and she sees them as a child. And then I use them right at the end of the film. And it's this idea that we're all part of the ether, that even if we're not here, we kind of join the universe. And that was really important to me with her. I have a 12-year-old daughter, Ruby Awami. She's African Australian. And I wanted the film to talk to her personally, as well as to all the other young women out in the world, and to say, you girls kick ass. You're strong, you're funny, you're smart, and you can do so much more than the world is telling you what you can do. And I hope that, girls in far flung countries across the world and towns watch it and think they've got a little bit of Black Widow in them as well.